After the age of 65, if you want to sleep as deeply as you did in childhood, you must maintain this one habit and stick to it every night. If you are already over the age of 65, then sleepless nights probably feel all too familiar. You may toss and turn, wake up in the middle of the night, and struggle to fall back asleep, only to wake up in the morning feeling drained, sluggish, and mentally foggy all day long. But what is even more concerning is that insomnia at this age does more than just wear down your body. It quietly brings along a host of serious consequences, like high blood pressure, depression, memory decline, and even a shorter lifespan. Getting a good night's sleep may seem simple, but after 65, it becomes almost a privilege that not everyone still holds on to. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the misunderstandings and common mistakes that often prevent older adults from sleeping well. Most importantly, you will learn about one simple yet powerful habit that can act like a golden trigger to reactivate your body's natural deep sleep mechanism. Before we begin, drop a positive affirmation in the comments. Something like "I deserve a restful night's sleep," or "I am restoring my natural sleep step by step." And do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you will not miss any of the upcoming tips. Now, let us begin the journey back to restful deep sleep, just like in the early years of life. Before we dive into the habit that helps you sleep better, there is one thing you need to clearly understand. The reason sleep becomes harder with age is not just about getting older. It is because your body is silently changing every single day. Once you understand that root cause, you will be on the path to unlocking deep, natural sleep every night. Napping too late in the day. A lot of older adults have a habit of dozing off whenever they feel tired, even if it is already past 3 in the afternoon. But this is exactly the kind of trap that many fall into, because napping too late throws off your internal body clock, making it harder for your system to distinguish between day and night. When you nap in the late afternoon, your body thinks it has already gotten enough rest, and that lowers your natural sleep drive in the evening. The result? A very familiar situation. You get into bed early, but your mind stays wide awake. You toss and turn for hours, or you fall asleep for a bit, only to wake up in the middle of the night, and the longer you stay in bed, the harder it gets to fall back asleep. Your biological clock acts like a conductor, coordinating hormones like melatonin, which makes you sleepy, and cortisol, which keeps you alert, on a 24-hour cycle. If you disrupt that cycle by taking a late nap, you are throwing your internal orchestra offbeat. The consequences are not just one bad night's sleep. It can lead to an ongoing pattern of insomnia for days on end. So, what should you do if your eyes feel heavy in the late afternoon? The answer is not to lie down, but to gently and naturally wake your body back up. The simplest way is to step outside on the balcony, go for a short walk under the sunlight, take some deep breaths, or do a few light stretching movements. Natural sunlight helps suppress melatonin and boosts alertness, realigning your biological clock in the right direction. A warm glass of water, a little bit of fruit, or even just a deep stretch and a few minutes of relaxation can be enough to get past that sleepy afternoon dip without needing a nap. Do not go to bed too early. A common and very understandable mistake among older adults is going to bed too early. After retiring and no longer having a fixed daily schedule, paired with the fatigue that builds up by evening, many people choose to get into bed very early, hoping it will help them sleep longer and more deeply. But the truth is the opposite. If you go to bed before your body is actually ready, you might doze off for a bit, but you are likely to wake up in the middle of the night and spend hours tossing and turning, unable to get back to sleep. Each person has their own biological rhythm. It is the natural mechanism that controls your hormones, energy levels, and feelings of sleepiness. Melatonin, the hormone that helps you feel sleepy, does not kick in immediately after the sun goes down. It follows its own timeline depending on your individual biology. If you go to bed before melatonin levels have risen enough, you fall into light sleep that is easily disturbed. That is why, instead of forcing yourself to sleep early, what you should do is figure out the best bedtime that aligns with your personal biological rhythm, also known as your chronotype. Everyone is born with a built-in biological time zone. Some people feel sleepy earlier, while others naturally get tired later. Sleeping out of sync with your chronotype leads to shallow, non-restorative sleep, and even if you sleep for 7 to 8 hours, you may still wake up feeling exhausted. Medications taken daily. One of the silent reasons why sleep becomes more and more disrupted as we age is the medication we take every day, whether it is for chronic conditions or even over-the-counter drugs. It may sound surprising, but in reality, many seemingly harmless medications are quietly interfering with the body's natural sleep-wake cycle. What is even more concerning is that most of us have no idea that our sleep issues are being caused by them. There are many common medications that contain ingredients with mild stimulant effects, such as caffeine, pseudoephedrine, or substances that dry out the mucous membranes, cause nighttime urination, or make your heart race. These effects might not be very noticeable during the day, but at night, they can activate your nervous system, making it hard to fall into deep sleep or causing you to wake up in the middle of the night. Something as simple as taking a cold or allergy pill at the wrong time could end up costing you an entire night of restful sleep, and you might never suspect the medication was the cause. It does not stop there. Some prescription medications used to treat chronic conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, depression, or hormonal imbalances can directly affect melatonin production, the hormone that naturally regulates your sleep. When melatonin is blocked or released at the wrong time, your biological clock falls out of sync. As a result, even if you go to bed at the right hour, you might not feel sleepy at all, or you might fall asleep only to wake up in the middle of the night and be unable to get back to sleep. That is why one crucial rule is this: never adjust your medication schedule, dosage, or stop taking any medication without your doctor's guidance. Even a small change, like taking your blood pressure medicine just 1 hour earlier, could reduce the effectiveness of the treatment and throw off your body's internal rhythm. Timing matters with vitamins too. Many older adults regularly take vitamins and minerals to support their health, prevent osteoporosis, boost immunity, or relax the nervous system. But very few people realize that if taken at the wrong time, these seemingly harmless nutrients can have a major impact on sleep quality. A classic example is vitamin D. It is essential for your health, but it can also indirectly stimulate your nervous system by affecting serotonin production, a chemical that increases alertness. If you take vitamin D in the afternoon or evening, your body might get the signal that it is still daytime, which suppresses melatonin production and makes it harder to fall asleep or stay in deep sleep. That is why the best time to take vitamin D is in the morning, right after a meal that contains a little bit of fat to help with absorption and avoid disrupting your biological rhythm. Magnesium is another important mineral that helps relax the nervous system and muscles, but not everyone should take it at night. If you are still physically active during the day, taking magnesium in the morning can actually help regulate your energy levels and balance your body's rhythm. That way, when nighttime comes, your body can more naturally transition into rest mode. As for melatonin supplements, extra caution is needed. Even though they are considered natural, using them for a long time without medical supervision can actually reduce your body's ability to produce melatonin on its own. This can lead to dependence. On top of that, melatonin can interact with medications like those for diabetes, high blood pressure, or antidepressants. These interactions may disrupt your hormones and make your sleep even harder to manage. After understanding the root causes and everyday habits that can disrupt sleep, it is time for me to share a specific method. This is the golden secret known as the 8-4-3-2-1 routine, a gentle rhythm that helps your body and brain naturally enter deep sleep without needing any medication. Deep sleep does not just happen by chance. It needs to be prepared well in advance through a series of consistent actions done at the right times. That is why this 8 and 4, 3, 2, 1 formula is often called the ideal pre-sleep biological rhythm. It is a golden routine that tells both your brain and your body it is truly time to rest. The 8 to 4, 3, 2, 1 routine. Number 1. 8 hours. Stop consuming caffeine before bedtime. Many people believe that avoiding coffee in the afternoon is enough to prevent insomnia. But in reality, caffeine is not just in coffee. It hides in strong tea, dark chocolate, energy drinks, and even in some common over-the-counter medications like painkillers or cold medicine. What is tricky about caffeine is that even a small amount can affect your nervous system for up to 6 to 8 hours after you consume it. That means if you drink a cup of strong tea at 3:00 in the afternoon, your brain could still be under its influence at 9 or 10, making it hard for you to feel sleepy or to get into a deep sleep. So, if you plan to go to bed at 10:00 at night, you should treat 2:00 in the afternoon as your cutoff point for any foods or drinks that contain caffeine. Instead, choose warm water, non-caffeinated herbal tea, or plain water to stay gently alert during the day without disrupting your sleep at night. Number 2. 4 hours before bedtime. Stop all intense physical activity. Exercise is a wonderful habit for maintaining health, especially in older adults. However, if you push your body too hard or do high-intensity workouts too close to bedtime, your body will start releasing adrenaline, the hormone that stimulates your nervous system and raises your heart rate. This makes it much harder to relax and slip into deep sleep. After the age of 60, the nervous system becomes more sensitive. Just one overly intense workout late in the day can keep your body alert for hours, even after you're already lying in bed, eyes closed, trying to sleep. That is why the timing of your workout is just as important as the workout itself. It is best to finish all intense physical activity at least 4 hours before going to bed. This gives your body enough time to lower your heart rate and let your nervous system shift gradually into rest mode. If you still want to move around in the evening, go for gentler forms of exercise, like slow walking, light stretching, deep breathing, or relaxing yoga. Number 3. 3 hours before bedtime. No alcohol. Not even a small glass. Many people, especially those in middle age or older, still believe that a little alcohol in the evening helps them relax and fall asleep fast. That drowsy, lightheaded feeling you get after drinking might make it seem like you are drifting off quickly, but the truth is that effect is only temporary. It is not real, restorative sleep. In fact, alcohol disrupts your sleep architecture. Once alcohol is processed by the body, it significantly reduces the amount of deep sleep you get, which is the most restorative phase in your sleep cycle. The result is that you might sleep, but your body and mind do not recover. You are more likely to wake up in the middle of the night, have vivid dreams or nightmares, or feel like you are half asleep the entire night. Especially after age 60, the liver and nervous system process alcohol more slowly. That means the negative effects of alcohol on sleep last longer and feel more intense. On top of that, alcohol dehydrates your body, interferes with breathing, and reduces the body's ability to detox naturally while you sleep. You might fall asleep quickly, but then wake up at 2:30 or 3:00 a.m. with a dry throat, a racing heart, feeling drained, and unable to fall back asleep. That is the price you pay for that false sense of sleepiness alcohol gives you at first. Number 4. 2 hours before bedtime. No more eating. A lot of people have a habit of grabbing a light snack in the evening, thinking that a little food before bed might make them feel more comfortable, settle the stomach, and help them sleep better. But in reality, eating close to bedtime can actually make it harder for your body to enter deep rest, even if it is just a small cookie, a glass of milk, or a few grapes. Once you eat, your digestive system kicks right back into action. Your stomach starts contracting, enzymes get released, and your liver and pancreas go to work to process that food. In other words, your body stays awake to do all that work, when what it really needs at that time is to slow down and begin its overnight recovery mode. Eating at night does not just make it harder to fall asleep. It often leads to lighter, more restless sleep with more vivid dreams or frequent awakenings. This is especially true for older adults whose digestive systems tend to be more sensitive. On top of that, late-night eating increases the risk of acid reflux, bloating, and metabolic disruption, which can leave you feeling heavy and uncomfortable as you lie down. The only exception should be if you need to take prescription medication that requires food, such as stomach medicine, antibiotics, or certain vitamins. Even then, you should stick to easy-to-digest foods like a slice of soft bread, a few spoonfuls of thin porridge, or a small glass of warm, unsweetened milk. Only eat what is necessary to avoid making your digestive system work harder than it needs. Number 5. 1 hour before bedtime. Stop drinking water. After the age of 60, bladder control tends to weaken, and the hormone that usually reduces urine production at night, called antidiuretic hormone, also starts to decline. If you drink too much water in the evening, especially after dinner, your bladder will stay active during the night. Just a small signal from it is enough to wake you up right in the middle of your body's most important rest period. Waking up in the middle of the night not only disrupts your sleep, but can also leave you feeling uncomfortable, tired, and sometimes unable to fall back asleep. This becomes even more frustrating if you already have existing sleep issues or a disrupted biological rhythm. The best solution is to drink plenty of water throughout the day, spreading your intake evenly from the morning until the late afternoon. But once it reaches the 9th hour of the day, which means around 9:00 p.m., if you plan to go to bed at 10:00 at night, you should stop drinking water entirely. When you follow the 8-4-3-2-1 rhythm every day, your body gradually resets and stabilizes its internal clock. As a result, sleep will start to come naturally, more deeply, and with fewer interruptions. This is not a temporary trick. It is a long-term solution that allows older adults to take control of their sleep through consistent daily habits. It is simple, it costs nothing, and it is incredibly effective. Sleep is not like a light switch that you can flip on and off at will. Before your body truly enters deep sleep, it needs what we call a soft transition, a gentle, gradual phase that aligns with your natural biological rhythm. Falling asleep does not happen the moment you lie down. It requires a period of transition, a calm, orderly process that tells your body, and especially your brain, that the day has come to an end. The final hour before bed should be divided into 3 parts, each lasting 20 minutes, acting like gentle steps that slowly lead you into a true state of rest. If you do this consistently every night, your brain will begin to recognize this as a clear sleep map, and sleep will come naturally, deeply, and without any effort. The first 20 minutes, wrap up anything left unfinished from the day. This is your time to lightly tidy up, put things away, clean your living space, or maybe call a loved one or respond to a few important messages. This simple act helps prevent lingering thoughts from following you into sleep. More importantly, it sends a signal to your brain that all the to-dos of the day are now winding down. Just remember, do not start anything new. Focus only on gently completing what is already in motion. The next 20 minutes, transition into self-care. This is when you wash your face with warm water, brush your teeth, change into clean pajamas, and fold the clothes you wore during the day. These small actions are not just for hygiene. They carry powerful psychological value. They help the body fully recognize that the day is over. Choose sleepwear that is soft and comfortable, and do everything under soft lighting to avoid overstimulating your eyes and nervous system. The final 20 minutes. Total relaxation. This is the most important part of your bedtime ritual. the time when you disconnect from all stimulation and allow your body to fully unwind. You might listen to a slow piano piece, read a few calming pages from a book, meditate in silence, or simply pray and express gratitude for the day. No phones, no news, no planning for tomorrow. Just be present with yourself peacefully. This is when your brain finally gets the message, I am ready to rest. After preparing both your body and your mind, the most important factor is maintaining one simple, consistent habit every night. Like a golden signal to let your brain know it is truly time to rest. When it comes to deep natural sleep, there is one unshakable truth. The brain is highly sensitive to repetition. That means, if you repeat just one simple action at the same time every night, your body will begin to recognize it as a sleep anchor, a biological cue that tells your nervous system it is time to unwind. You do not need complex methods. A single habit, repeated consistently and correctly, has the power to reset your internal rhythm and help you fall asleep naturally without needing medication or forcing anything. It might be a very gentle action, but consistency is what gives it lasting power. For example, you could choose to listen to the same slow classical music track at the same time every evening. After a few weeks, the moment that melody begins, your brain will automatically recognize, it is time to go to sleep. No pushing, no thinking. Sleep will come as a reflex. Or you might light a softly scented candle, something calming like lavender or sandalwood. That gentle aroma will gradually become a familiar relaxation signal, slowing your heart rate and guiding you into a calm state where sleep can come easily and naturally. Another option is to read exactly one chapter of a book each night, always the same amount, not more, not less. This simple habit helps your mind detach from the noise of the day and eases you into a relaxed state without overstimulating your brain. No matter what action you choose, the key is to do it consistently without change as your personal bedtime ritual. Over time, that habit becomes a clear signal that helps your nervous system shift from alertness to relaxation. It activates your body's natural melatonin production, and with that, you will ease into sleep gently, deeply, and restoratively. A good night's sleep after the age of 65 is not a luxury. You do not need complicated strategies or long-term medication. All it takes is understanding the root causes, adjusting a few small habits throughout your day, and staying committed to one simple nightly sleep anchor. Then, deep, natural, and fulfilling sleep will gently return. Let your body rest the way it was meant to, so that every morning feels like a fresh, energized, and peaceful new beginning. If you found these insights helpful, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss out on more practical health, sleep, and wellness tips for older adults. Please leave a positive affirmation in the comments below, like I am reclaiming my natural sleep step by step, or I deserve to sleep deeply every night. Let us build a community that lives healthier, slower, and truly at peace.